to leave the policy repo rate unchanged at 4%. It also unanimously decided to continue with the accommodative stance as long as necessary to sustain growth on a durable basis and continue to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on the economy while ensuring that inflation remains within the target going forward. The marginal standing facility, that is MSF rate and bank rate, remain unchanged at 4.2%. The reverse repo rate stands unchanged at 3.35%. Let me start by laying out briefly the MPC's decision and its underlying rationale. Since the last meeting, headline inflation, after moderating close to target rate in January 21, firmed up to 5% in February 21, primarily due to an adverse base effect. Looking ahead, the evolving CPI inflation trajectory is likely to be subjected to both upside and downside pressures. The bumper food grain production in 2021 should result in softening of cereal prices going forward. Mitigation of price pressures on key food items such as protein-based components and edible oils would also depend on supply-side measures and easing of international prices. The MPC noted that underlying inflation pressures emanate from high international commodity prices and logistics costs. The softening in crude prices seen in recent weeks, if it sustains, can assuage input cost pressures. The National Statistics Office (NSO) in its update on February 26, 2021, placed the contraction in real GDP at 8% for 2021. Prospects for 21-22 have strengthened with the progress of the vaccination program. The recent surge in infections has, however, imparted greater uncertainty to the outlook and needs to be closely watched, especially as localized and regional lockdowns could dampen the recent improvement in demand conditions and delay the return of normalcy. Against this backdrop, the MPC judged that the monetary policy should remain accommodative to support and nurture the recovery. In other words, the stance of monetary policy will remain accommodative till the prospects of sustained recovery are well secured, while closely monitoring the evolving outlook for inflation. Let me now provide an assessment of the growth and inflation position and the outlook. Let me focus first on growth. Global growth is gradually recovering from the slowdown, but it remains uneven across countries and is supported by ongoing vaccination drives, sustained accommodative monetary policies, and further sizable fiscal stimulus. World output is projected by the OECD to reach its pre-pandemic level by mid-2021, though it will be largely contingent on the pace of vaccine distribution and its efficacy against emerging variants of the virus. Stronger external demand should support India's exports and investment demand. In the domestic economy, the focus must now be on containing the spread of the virus as well as on economic revival, that is, consolidating the gains achieved so far and sustaining the impulses of growth in the new financial year 21-22. A key aspect of this strategy will be to strengthen the bedrock of macroeconomic stability that has anchored India's revival from the pandemic. This will help stakeholders in taking efficient spending decisions over longer horizons, thereby improving the investment climate. Public investment in key infrastructure sectors is a force multiplier with historically proven ability to revive the broader economy by directly enhancing the capital stock and productivity, and by attracting private investment. The focus of the Union Budget 21-22 on investment-led measures with increased allocations for capital expenditure, the expanded PLI scheme, the rising capacity utilization from 63.3% in Q2 of 2021 to 66.6% in Q3 of 2021 will reinforce the progress and the process of economic revival. In fact, firms engaged in manufacturing, services, infrastructure sector polled by the Reserve Bank in March 21 are optimistic about the pickup in demand and expansion of business activity into the financial year 21-22. Juxtaposition of high-frequency lead and coincident indicators reveals that economic activity is normalizing in spite of the surge in infections. Rural demand remains buoyant and record agricultural production in 2021 bodes well for its resilience. Urban demand has gained traction and should get fillip with the ongoing vaccination drive. The recent surge in COVID-19 infections, however, adds uncertainty to the domestic growth outlook amidst tightening of restrictions by some state governments. In India, we are now better prepared to meet the challenges posed by this resurgence of infections. Fiscal and monetary authorities stand ready to act in coordinated manner to limit its spillovers to the economy at large and contain its fallout on the ongoing process of recovery. There is concern around rising cases of infections, but as Martin Luther King Jr. had said, and I quote, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." The increase in international commodity prices since February policy and recurrence of global financial market volatility, like the bout experienced in late February, accentuates the downside risks. The upside risks, however, come from, number one, the vaccination programs being speeded up and increasingly extended to wider segments of the population. Second, the gradual release of pent-up demand. And third, the investment enhancing and growth supportive reform measures taken by the government. Taking these factors into consideration, the projection of real GDP growth for 2021-22 is retained at 10.5%, consisting of 26.2% in Q1, 8.3% in Q2, 5.4% in Q3, and 6.2% in Q4 of 21-22. Let me now focus on inflation. While headline inflation at 5% in February 21 remains within the tolerance band, some underlying constituents are testing the upper tolerance level. Going forward, the food inflation trajectory will critically depend on the temporal and spatial progress of southwest monsoon in its 2021 season. Second, some respite from the incidence of domestic taxes on petroleum products through coordinated action by center and states could provide relief on top of the recent easing of international crude prices. Third, a combination of international commodity prices and logistics costs may push up input price pressures across manufacturing and services. Taking into consideration all these factors, the projection for CPI inflation has been revised to 5% in Q4 of 2021, 5.2% in Q1 21-22, 5.2% also in Q2 of 21-22, 4.4% in Q3, and 5.1% in Q4, with risks broadly balanced. On March 31st, 2021, the government retained the inflation target at 4%, with the lower and upper tolerance levels of 2% and 6% respectively for the next 5 years, that is from April 21 to March 2026. An inflation rate of 4% over the medium term has now been successfully entrenched in the economic landscape. The experience with efficaciously maintaining price stability and the gains in credibility for monetary policy since the beginning of the inflation targeting framework in 2016 are reinforced by retention of the target and the tolerance band. From the time after the MPC was constituted in September 2016, average CPI inflation for the period October 2016 to February 2020, prior to the onset of COVID-19 pandemic, was 3.8%, down from average 7.3% during January 2012.